Hello. In this clip I've used the Octaikon's faculties to summarise and compare the effects of alcohol, tobacco and marijuana on our health. Let's start with alcohol. Alcoholic drinks can be a natural part of our diet. Where there's no possibility of cool storage, alcohol preserves liquids made from grain and fruit, and that's why many societies have wine and alcoholic beverages. In moderation, alcohol can promote health, foster well-being and promote social cohesion, but in excess it can produce all sorts of problems. For all three substances I've grouped their effects under the four main faculties using the headings sensory, mental, behavioural and physical. The key I've used is as follows. Normal larger font shows real or perceived benefits from moderate use. Bold words list the effects of excessive use. Underlined are effects of addiction, and italics are withdrawal symptoms. So here are the effects of alcohol for each one of the four main faculties: sensory, mental, behavioural and physical. And now here are some effects for the linking faculties. As you can see, in moderation there are quite a few real benefits, but loads of problems if you start drinking in excess. And as we all know, that can be quite a problem these days, especially as binge drinking. But what is moderation? Well, here are some details using units of consumption. With regard to daily consumption, they are quite generous if you look at the units that different types of drink have. With regard to driving, it's very difficult to relate the legal limit to units consumed, as it depends on each person. Pause the video now to study the information and maybe ask yourself, do I know when to stop? If I don't, why not? Is it peer pressure? And why don't I set an example? Another major health concern is about cutting down or giving up smoking. It says something about our human condition that our government can legislate to have all sorts of horrible messages plastered over cigarette passages, but we still keep puffing away. Either it's much more addictive than we like to think, or peer pressure is overwhelming, or people's judgment becomes hazy with all the smoke. Something of all these, I guess. Now, you won't find any recommended units here. The advice is to give up completely. On this map the key is as before, and the effects are grouped in the same way. Here they are for the four main faculties: sensory, mental, behavioural and physical. And here are the ones for the linking faculties. Now pause again to study these effects and perhaps consider some more questions. Is it worth starting to smoke? If you are already smoking, do you think the benefits outweigh the costs? Do you want to stop? If so, how could you stop? There are in fact lots of ways, but you have to want to stop. Okay, one more health hazard, and that's marijuana. It's a controversial drug. There are in fact many perceived or real benefits. It's traditionally been used in many cultures, sometimes to heighten awareness of the spiritual dimension of life. On prescription, it can play a valuable role in reducing pain. Police are said to prefer its effects to those of alcohol abuse, since moderate amounts reduce aggression and make people more manageable. However, like alcohol, it has many downsides, and the effect of long-term use on mental health is still unknown and potentially disastrous. As a result, its use is prohibited in the UK, except under prescription, unlike drinking or smoking tobacco. The key is as before. Here are the effects: sensory, mental, behavioural and physical. And now the linking faculties. Pause again at the end of this clip to study the effects and ask, even if it was legal, is it worth taking marijuana? And do the benefits outweigh the costs? So that shows you how the Octaikon can help map out the effects of alcohol, tobacco and marijuana. Next time you have a discussion on the issues, perhaps you can use this clip to help you remember the pros and cons and make informed choices. Cheers!